foremost, we would like to give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kabadash.
double honors unto the apostles and the elders, GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers, and peace and blessings and salutation. Hopefully, they got there pushing His word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai, pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopefully the believers, the listeners whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. All right, and what we want to get into this afternoon, all right, with the GMS Mississippi branch, and what we want to cover, this afternoon is dealing with remember yourselves men. Pretty much an open forum, discussing different topics. All right, because one thing about it, as our people, have been in this captivity, one thing it has done is wounded our people, to where our people are pretty much westernized to the point where the righteousness of the scriptures offend them. The ways and the laws, of the East, offend our people. The ways and the laws of our forefathers offend our people, especially even those that know that they're Israelites. And what we're seeing is you have a lot of westernized Israelites trying to make the Bible fit within westernized emotions, and it don't work like that, man. That's why one of the commandments as we come into this ministry is to what? Show ourselves men. The scriptures say you got, bro.
This is Isaiah chapter 46, verse 8.
Yep.
Remember this and show yourselves men.
Yep.
Bring it again to mind, O ye transgressors.
Yeah, O ye transgressors. You see, bring it to mind. And what have we done? We walking in the way of our forefathers. We're learning their perspective, their standards. How they move. The way they did business, the way they dealt amongst each other, man. That's what we come into. You see? What's that in Jeremiah 6 and 16? This is a legacy that we're a part of, man. And the Lord gave us a particular way to be in the earth, and it's far different than what we was bred and brought up in this society, man. Go ahead.
This is Jeremiah 6 and 16.
Yep.
Thus saith the Lord, stand ye in the ways, and see and ask for the old paths.
Yeah, stand in the ways and ask for the old paths, the old ways. Because everything about the new way has failed. The new way, when you look at the new way, all you got to do is look at World Star. That's what the new way has led us to, man. The black church. Black community. The music industry. You look at that, that's what the new way got us, man. That's what westernization got us, man. Niggas just lurking, car full of guns, looking for any type of drama, man. That's the new way. We're going back to the old way. You got Jake in their 30s, 40s, over emotional. Got the emotions of a 10, 11-year-old. The modern woman, old as hell, got the emotions of a 10 or 11-year-old. That's because of the new way. We supposed to seek the old ways. Go ahead.
It says, stand ye in the ways and see and ask for the old paths. Where is the good way and walk therein?
Where is the good way and walk therein? Make this a lifestyle, man. And as we see things differently, one thing about it, once we start walking in that way and then comparing it to the ways of the West, hey, it's far better, man. The ways of our forefathers are far better than the ways of this society, man. And they get to the point where you be fully bought in, and you despise this world, man. Go ahead.
And walk therein, and ye shall find rest for your souls.
Yep.
But they said, we will not walk therein.
Yeah, and it said you shall find rest for your souls. Because this is a way of life that brings peace. Well, you ain't trying to keep up with nobody, outstunt nobody. You're not chasing. You're not a slave to your lust. You see things for what it is. You thinking from the aspect of a judge. That's another thing. Our forefathers, they judge things, all right, with a non-biased aspect. That's why scriptures say, how you're supposed to judge, without respect of persons. You see, it's all about what's right. Like you go to the ways of our forefathers, it was about doing the right thing, and it was always about the bigger picture, man. got, bro?
This is Job chapter 8, verse 8.
Yep.
It says, "For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age,
Woo.
and prepare thyself to search of their fathers."
Hey, required me the former age, man. The former time. The age when our people was in order. Okay?
And when the time when our people had a better understanding of the requirements of the Lord,
Yep.
what was acceptable or what wasn't acceptable.
Yep.
Because now our people, they all over the place, and they don't want to listen to the leaders, like you said. But they said we would not listen. They don't want to listen to the men that the Lord has set up to guide you back to the old past.
And like you said, I think there's in Nehemiah how people had to understand. Wait, let's get that in Nehemiah 8. I want to say yeah, let's get Nehemiah 8 and 8. Okay? Because you have these jakes that say the law, but they the most westernized. You know, like we understand the law, and we know there's no salvation through the law. But we rehearse the righteous acts to our best ability, and we love the law, but we know there's no salvation in the law. Okay? But then you have these jakes that beat you upside the head with the law, but then you go into particular laws, then they get to squirming, you know, thinking about us, they thinking about their auntie and cousins, and no, this is what the law say. Okay? Go ahead.
It's Nehemiah 8 and 8. So they read in the book of the law of the Most High distinctively.
Yep, they read in the book of the law distinctively. Go ahead.
And gave the sense and caused them to understand the reading.
And caused them to understand the reading. So when brothers go into, okay, the law, the protocol that was on rape, we just make you understand it distinctly. So you can understand what will happen. You see, in case that happened, that wasn't the typical way that a man, okay, will get a wife, but it happened, okay? And it will be certain circumstances where if this is the circumstances, you do this. If these are circumstances doing, okay, that situation, you do that, okay? Because you had 3 situations. If a man did that and the woman, okay, was betrothed or promised to someone else and she cried out, that man we put to death, okay, because he violated another man's possession, okay? Then you had another occasion if the woman was betrothed and married and she didn't cry out, which means she consented, then there was the sin of adultery and they will both get put to death, the adulterer and the adulteress, okay? And then if the woman wasn't betrothed, all right, she wasn't promised to anyone, and the man did that, guess what? He had to make that his wife, and there was another family in Israel, man.
Right.
Okay?
He couldn't put her away.
He couldn't put her away. So that will make you think before you acted off your lust.
Right.
Okay? You know how many, see, Jake, that was just a normal thing, but you know how many times rape didn't happen because that protocol was in place? You know, it's probably Jake like, damn, you know? But then he thought about them protocols and what he would have to do if he did that. Okay, first she betrothed, so I get put to death. Okay, she not promised, but if I do this, now I got the responsibility of a wife. Do you know how many times that made Jake chill out?
You ain't want to have no bad name for yourself either.
Yep.
You know, even if you got put to death, that's still a bad name on you.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
Those that's living after you.
Yep. So you know, Jake tried to throw that out there, and when people hear that word rape, you know, they think you kicking the door in, you uppercutting her, tying her with the phone cord, you know, all this crazy shit. You know, that's what Jake tried to, you know, push it as. But no, man, it's just you a forcefully taker, man. Okay, which the majority of women that you have come in contact with, that you done dealt with, done been through that in some type of form of fashion, man. Okay, because Jake act like this is just a separate, you know, just pure women out in the earth just floating around. Like, nah, this is the whole society defiled. Okay, like, come on, man. Jake act like it's just a section of pure, you know, Israelite women just floating in the earth. Just no, man, they don't even exist anymore. You see?
Why do you think the Lord said he gotta wipe the
Yeah.
them clean in Isaiah 4? You read on down.
Yeah.
When the filth of the daughters of Zion shall be wiped away.
The filth of the daughter of Zion is wiped away. You see? Matter of fact, you can get that. Let's get it. And Jake, we'll say Jake been so westernized and, over emotional. Okay? When you really go into certain things, man, Jake fold up, man. Jake will have a heart. If they spawn one day in the ancient world, Jake will have a heart attack, man. Before 9 o'clock.
Right.
You know?
He ain't probably been chopped up.
If Jake was just there, just looking there, just a spectator, and it's just like, at most I would just have you in the vision. If he just took you in the average day in the ancient world, you see how men dealt with women, you see, somebody's grandma gets stoned for trying to bring idolatry to the congregation. Okay? A lazy nigga gets stoned, all in the same day. Jake have a goddamn stroke, man. Okay, go ahead.
This Isaiah 4, verse 3 and 4. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion and he that remaineth in Jerusalem shall be called holy, even everyone that is written among the living in Jerusalem.
What they do?
Isaiah 4.
Okay, yeah.
3, and then this verse 4.
Yeah.
It says, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion.
Yeah, the Lord gonna wash away the filth, of all of us, man. But the daughters of Zion, like, that's why everybody getting new bodies, man. Okay? Because spiritually, the men have been spiritual prostitutes in the spirit. And then the women, have been promiscuous in the flesh. You see? So the filth has to be washed away from all of us, man. So to try to go that route as if, you throw the word prostitute and what they say, prostitute and rape, they throw these things out there as if like, as if this is high standard in the earth. Like, no, the earth is way below the standard of righteousness, man. Okay? So that's a lifestyle. Like, it's a harlot culture in America. It's a prostitute, harlot culture in America. It's a promiscuous culture. That's the norm.
Right.
Okay?
They acting like Babylon, like the scripture didn't say it was gonna be full of all types of abominations.
Yeah.
That's one of the abominations.
Yeah. And it just is, man. And just like Elder Yashawama said, man, King Solomon judged between two harlots. They was in his courts. How did they get there? They was out. They're just a part of what was going on. Okay. And then what they say, how Shah said, some harlots and publicans are making the kingdom. There's gonna be some harlots and publicans make it before these guys that Jake Love, they're your favorite teacher. Okay? Does that mean that we go to Magic City and we in the VIP room surrounded by scriptures bringing out precept? No. Okay? But it's going to be certain occasions where the Lord just going to have mercy on certain sincere women, man. No matter what their occupation is, man. Was it Mary Magdalene, a harlot? Okay? Once she recorded for doing great things, she washed the feet of Yahushua, which represent Israel, man. And being a harlot in the spirit. Okay, but there was an actual harlot that was shown mercy. Okay, through what? Her sincerity, man. Okay? You got it, bro.
It says, when the Lord shall have washed away the filth of the daughters of Zion, and shall have purged the blood of Jerusalem from the midst thereof by the spirit of judgment, and by the spirit of burning.
And by the spirit of judgment and the spirit of burning. Right? Because that's another thing, like, really, you're really not going to see women fully getting order until Jacob's trouble. Like, until then, you're going to get partial compliance here and there, and you kind of deal. But really, when this thing really settles in, when Jacob's troubles really hit, then you're going to see a change in the earth, man. Okay? And that's why we have to remember ourselves men for these times, man. Okay? You can't be so offended and we're going to have to fight for salvation, man. So the scripture say we have to remember ourselves men. When Jacob's trouble comes, okay, we're going to have to be solid out here, man. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Yep.
This 2nd Ezra 14 and 14.
Yep.
Let go from these mortal thoughts.
Yep.
Cast away the burdens of man.
Matter of fact, start at 12.
12, verse 12 comes. And there remaineth that which is after the half of the 10th part.
No, start at 13. All right.
13.
Yeah, that's fine.
Verse 13. Now therefore set thine house in order, and reprove thy people. Comfort such of them as be in trouble.
Yeah, so set thy house in order with yourself first and foremost. You know? Then, hey, at the end of the day, as a man, all right, it has to be understood, hey, what we believe in, man. Like, we got to take a stance on it, man. Even within our individual houses, like, nah, this is what I stand for. You know, ain't no gray areas in it. Okay? So if we set our house in order, okay, reprove our people, you see? And one thing about reproving our people, you got to come out the ways of the West, man. You got to stop thinking based on Western culture, fundamentals, and principles, man. Okay? You're going to be offended as hell in the scriptures you think like that, man. Go ahead.
And Salakia, and reprove thy people, comfort such of them as be in trouble,
Yep.
and renounce corruption.
You renounce corruption. Okay? We're renouncing corruption. And part of renouncing corruption, you got to go and research the things that's going on and keep up with what's going on. Because Jake got a problem with that. They say we go with too many articles and bring up clips and stuff, you know, and reference movies and different things, you know. And we know it's a lot of disinformation out there, but some things the Spirit give us is for the edification, man. Okay? How can we renounce evil if we don't know what's going on?
We don't see it happen.
Yeah.
It ain't just gonna happen in your local city.
Yeah.
It's gonna be all around the world.
Yeah, come on. Good point. You see? No, you to renounce wickedness, you gotta go into these things, man. You gotta research what's going on, man. Okay? Go ahead.
Let go from the mortal thoughts. Cast away the burdens of man.
Yep.
Put off now the weak nature.
Put off now the weak nature, man. And Western culture is a weak ass nature, man. When you overly involved, okay, in the emotions of a woman, you overly involved in your own emotions, okay. You all over the place. You unstable, okay. Everything is centered around your emotion, man. That's what the West, all right, has presented to the earth as a way to be, is emotional, over emotional, man. And we in the times where we can't be like that, man. Okay? That's a weak nature. Like it's gonna get real, like we said earlier, like how in the ancient world, you know, men, women had to see their aunties and cousins probably get stoned for some, you know, their father, he done committed adultery, you know, now him and his woman being put to death and stoned. Like, you seen harsh things like that. Well, we finna see harsh things now.
Right.
You know?
And not being emotional helps you make better decisions.
Yep.
When you be all emotional, you make some of the worst decisions.
Yep. That's why, what's that, in Psalm 91 and 10?
Psalms 91, verse 10.
No, go to 7. That's the point.
7. Verse 7.
Yeah, verse 7.
In Psalms 91, verse 7, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand.
So this is going to be happening in times to come. So 1,000 fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand. Like, we're going to see some things. Like, there's going to be people we know. You know it's going to be, you see? Go ahead.
But it shall not come nigh thee.
Yep.
Only with thine eyes shalt thou behold and see the reward of the wicked.
Yeah, so we're going to see the reward of the wicked. One thing to wish death upon this place, DTA, but then to actually see the Lord start executing. Okay? We want to be built a certain way.
Right.
We want to be conditioned a certain way. Okay? To see it like the Lord just really opened up. You see? Most High not no pansy. Okay? And Jake tried to make him out to be. Well, Christianity made him out to be like that. But then you got Jake, there's Israelites that try to make it seem as if the Most High is some pansy in the earth, man. Okay, and he's an emotional power. No, man. Okay? The Most High is a manly man. Yahushua is a manly man. Okay? And the way they finna judge the earth, okay? Hey, we finna see some things, man.
It made me think about the second Maccabees 7 with the woman and the 7 sons.
Yep.
She didn't give into her emotions and cry for them to obey.
Yep.
You know, even down to her last son, she told him to stick with the take the depth. You know, be with your brothers. You know, going back into that. You know, it's the spirit the Lord put into it, but that's the same type of spirit we gotta have.
Yep.
You know, be hard. You know, for everything that's gonna happen around you.
Yep.
And that was her sons. You know.
Yeah. When she had, and what kept her grounded was what? She had understanding. And she really leaned on that understanding. She leaned on understanding of what? The resurrection. Okay? She was leaning on understanding of the promise. And then she had the humility to know that, look, I'm not the one that created you.
Right.
I was a vessel, but you going back to the one that created you. It was a humility. You see? And we gotta understand, like, when you read these stories like this, and the scriptures say that there's a time coming that's worse than this. So we have to think, man, that we getting offended and, you know, emotional and you know, freaking out over these small things now. Like, nah, we ain't even entered into the heat. You see? We just a shoot around. You know? Layup drill.
Right, preseason.
Yeah, we ain't even entering into the heat yet. Sometimes you gotta think like, shit, if I'm tripping over this, I'm done. When it really, you know, sometimes I have them thoughts like, shit, if I'm tripping over this shit, I'm done. You know? Let's get that in 1 Peter 4:7.
This is 1 Peter chapter 4, verse 7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and pray, and watch unto prayer.
It said, be ye therefore sober, okay, and watch unto prayer. Now, I want to get that word sober. I want to see. All right, and the Greek word is sophroneo, and it says to be of a sound mind, to exercise self-control. Okay, to exercise self-control, to curb one's passions. You see, being sober-minded. That's one thing also about being a man. A man is conquering your lust as well. You know, when you're not moved based off your lust, okay? When you're not making decisions based solely off lust, that's another way of gaining power as a man. That's why you're dead to a lot of things, man. Okay? To curb one's passion. Okay? That's one of the ways we have to be as well, as we remember ourselves men. Our forefathers weren't just around here, you know, just lustful and moved by their lust, man. They was men of composure. Okay, men of patience. You see? Yes.
Yeah, and I got the definition for that word watch.
Oh yeah. Get that. Yeah.
It says the word is napho. It says to be sober, to be calm and collected in spirit.
Oh, to be calm and collected in spirit. Okay, we can't be frantic in these times, man. Okay? We in the time now to where we got to have that spiritual composure. Okay, go ahead.
To be temperate, to be dispassionate.
Woo! It said to be temperate, then it said to be dispassionate. Now, I want to get that word dispassionate in Google.
And circumspect, that's the last one.
And circumspect, watching around you. How can you do that if you don't know what's going on? As Esau does that, he puts things in movies and certain articles come out. Okay? And the Most High says his own tongue shall fall upon him. Okay? Now you go to the word dispassion. It says, not influenced by strong emotion and so able to be rational and impartial. You see? Not influenced by strong emotion and so able to be rational and impartial. Okay? Not being influenced by emotion, okay? But being rational and not being impartial. Okay, being fully committed. And see, we're in a time now with the decision we make, we gotta be fully committed. You see? Once you make that decision not to take the MOTB, you know, life different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't taking that shit, and then you go home like, nah, this finna be a hell of a change. Okay, all them auto drafts you got to pay bills and shit, like, that's done. Okay, going by Zaxby's, you know, on the way home, like, nah, you ain't got that thing, boy. Boy, you gotta keep going. And then the gas you got, that's it.
Oh, ain't no more stops.
Yeah, shit, you know. But see, we can't be emotional. You can't be worried about what your wife gonna say, how the children gonna feel about it. No, man, as a man, we gotta remember ourselves, men, and stand on this, man. Okay, we're gonna look crazy. It's gonna look like what we doing ain't working. Okay, it's gonna look like our faith is failing. It's gonna look like the Lord not coming through. Okay, but we still gotta stand on it, man. And that's becoming a man. That's moving as a man. Okay, the West teaches you to cop out the easy way. Okay, the West teaches you to give in to the emotions of your wife and kids, man. Okay, that Carl Winslow spirit, man.
It's supposed to look like we gonna lose.
Yeah.
You know, that's when the Lord really come through.
Yep.
Yeah, he show his power. You know, all the situations like in the ancient world where we'd be at war with another nation and it'd be hundreds of thousands of them and it'd probably be like 100 of us or 200. It's always it was always set up so the Lord could come through with his power.
Yep.
It ain't no different now.
Let's say his power is shown in our weakness. You know, the Lord's power is shown in our weakness, man. You know, I think that's in Maccabees. Let me see if I can find it.
Going fast enough.
Well, yeah, let's get that. Let's get first Maccabees 4. Yeah, let's get first Maccabees 4:35. See, you gotta tap into ancient spirit of our forefathers, man, and conquering shit, man. You know, like I say, you begin to hate this questioning shit, man. You know, you get irritated so quick. You know how Jake maneuver and operate, man. Yeah, bro.
This is First Maccabees chapter 4, verse 35.
Yep.
Now when Lysias saw his army put to flight,
Yeah, these are the Greeks. Okay, go ahead.
and the manliness of Judah's soldiers, and how they were ready either to live or die valiantly, he went into Antiochia and gathered together a company of strangers, and having made his army greater than it was, he proposed to come again into Judea.
Yeah, so he's seeing the manliness of Judah now. You know, he's seeing Jake and that bitch ready to die, live like fuck it. You see, and there's a certain energy you don't care about nothing, even your life. Like, that's a certain frequency they put you on, man.
You ain't got nothing to lose.
Nothing to lose. We out here. What we got to lose here, man? But the Most High, through your house, Shai ain't gonna give us back 100-fold, like he said. We ain't got nothing to lose. Nothing here is a loss, man. Nothing and no one here is a loss. So it's gonna be in situations where we ain't gonna be thinking about that Carl Winslow, my family, you know, like nah, we gonna be out here ready to live or die for your house shot, man. And see, them Greeks seen that with Jake. He went to go get some strangers. He wasn't just gathering folks up, man. He started a draft right there, like shit. Like, God damn, you know. Esau ain't built like that, man. But it's a certain energy in the sons of God, man. And we gotta tap in, like as the sons of God, man. Like we really gotta tap in, you know, to that masculine energy of the scriptures, man. Not the alpha male shit, you know. Where they teach you how to get a modern woman, which that's no goddamn reward. Okay. Well, no, the masculinity of our forefathers, man. Okay, who was ready to live or die for the sake of Yahweh Shai. All right, for Yahweh by Shemal Shai and righteousness, man. You see? You got anything else? All right, well, with that, we pray that you brothers, all right, and you few sisters will edify once again. We give all praise and glory unto
Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai by Hashem Kakadash.
double honors to the apostles and the elders of GMS who will teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. Peace and blessings, salutation, hopefully, shalom.
Shalom.